Hi all, I hope you are back to your seats. So we are starting the last session of our day, which is by Gurugram chapter. So we have Gurugram chapter on personal agility, resolving complexity in personality by Rishi Chaurasia. He's an assistant consultant, digital mobile application at TCS. Just before we start off our session, let me quickly thank our founding sponsor, Innovation Roots. It is a leading consulting and training service provider helping organizations to achieve business agility and beyond. It is one of the leaders and pioneers of niche publishing services and well known for content collaboration with global thought leaders, authors, and creators. For more details, you may refer to www.innovationroots.com. I would like to thank our sponsor, Gile. Gile is a product offering from Tata Consultancy Service Limited. It is purely cloud-based enterprise agile planning tool along with DevOps capabilities. Enterprises can use Gile to adopt agile practices or scale across multiple Scrum and Kanban teams using enterprise scaling frameworks such as SAFe, Disciplined Agile, LESS, and more. You can try out Gile for free up to 20 users for 30 days by signing up at gile.io or reach out to us for exclusive product demos or any inquiries. Check out the Gile page posted on the chat and also on Agile Network India website for more information. Quick do's and don'ts for all our participants. I request you all to join the event 5 minutes before the start time. Use high quality speakers or headphones for better sound quality. Request you all to keep your microphones muted and videos disabled as this may cause disturbance and bandwidth issues. Questions will be taken via chat box. Please enter your questions in the chat box at any point of the session. So at the end of the session, the facilitator or the moderator will help and read out few questions to the speaker as per the time availability. Request you all to fill in the feedback form, which will help us understand about the event management. We appreciate your cooperation, and with no further delay, let me call upon Rishi, who would be the speaker of this session. So resolving personal agility is something every organization will work on. We are looking out for your insights, Rishi.
Yeah.
Over to
Hi all. Yeah. Thanks, Navina. Hi all. So, as Navina told you about me, I am Rishi and I am working as an associate consultant for digital mobile applications. Also, I am working as an agile trainer. So, we will be taking our journey along with you all. So, this is on the topic of personal agility. Sometimes when we hear this word personal agility, it's something uh, we may sometimes feel like very familiar, sometimes it's very unfamiliar thing. So before moving on to our journey, can I have one of my understanding from you all, that where have you applied agile or were part of agile apart from software development? So for that, we have a Menti quiz that we have developed. So if you go to this menti.com and use a code 155 1544 837473, you will be able to enter your answers. Can I quickly have your responses? So let me give a brief about the question. Elaborate this question is like, we can adopt or we can implement the agile in any of the part of the industry or any kind of industry. Yes. So that is what I am looking for. Where have you applied the agile? Because right now people think about that agile is only for the software application development. Amazing. Telecom, personal life, high tech, cooking, daily activities, yes. Locomotive, social communications. Wow. So we have the people who had adopted the agile in different aspects in their life. Project management. Yes, so project management mostly comes into the software application development. Okay. So personal life. Yeah, that is the personal agility in the personal life. Cool. So do we have any other submissions? I'll be stopping by the count of one, five, four, three, two, one. Cool. So we got so many responses, and it's glad to know that we have the many people who understands that agile is not only for the software application development. It is always for many of the things. Like you can adopt agile mindset in any of your phase in your life, any of the part of your domain, IT domain, or any of your industry domain as well. So moving on, I would like to inform you all that agility is not a skill set, it's a mindset. And that proves, because see, if that is a skill, that simply means that it can be adopted anywhere, any one place. Like if I'm having a skill of having a good, I'm a good cook, so I am a good chef, I can cook only. That is my skill set. I am a good in mobile application development. That is my skill set. I can do only mobile application development. I am a good doctor for a pediatric doctor, so I can treat any child only. And that is because that is my skill set. But if I have the mindset, that is a broader mindset. In that way, we I can adopt anything in my life, and that is one of the part is personal agility. Personal agility is just it is designed to enable you to reflect on your goals and intentions at regular intervals. Why regular intervals? On regular intervals, it is because it is to make sure you that whatever you are doing a right thing in a right way. And whatever is the impediment that is stopping you to do anything that adds a value for you. So this is the personal agility. Personal agility can be used as a framework for leadership. Now, when I talk about the framework as a leadership, it becomes a topic of debate because many people start thinking like, how can it be a framework for a leadership? So I can take you the example. Nowadays, many of the organizations are looking to adopt agile. The leadership wants their team to be agile and they want their teams to work in an agile way of working. But if the leadership themselves doesn't have the mindset, the agile mindset, how can they impose their values? How can they excite their team towards the agile mindset? How can they make them to realize how important is the agile framework for them? So this is the mindset. Once you adopt it, once you grow your mindset, you adopt it, you add some values, you go to understand that what is the value of the agile adoption, how it helps to proceed in success as an industry, as an individual, as a domain. Then only you will be able to transform these particular things to your peers or your team members. This is the way that you can do. Personality gives us a framework to understand me and my team on different personal perspectives as well. Like when I work for an organization, right now, most of the organizations are working for 5 days, 8 hours a week, 8 hours a day, 5 days in a week. So roughly, I am working for 40 hours in a week. In a week, I have almost of 168 hours to spend down. But I am spending 40 hours in my organization. Don't you think that only because I am spending 40 or 25% of my total hours to organization, rest of the 75 hours is spending somewhere else. Doesn't that spending time will impact the 25%? Obviously, yes. We all whenever we have worked somewhere or we all are working, if we are working somewhere, we all know that whenever we are facing some kind of family issues with our family, it's very hard to concentrate in the office works. That is the personal agility comes into the picture. That how you have to balance these things. Sometimes it happens the vice versa as well. You are facing some problems in the office. You are daily fighting with your boss, and when you are going to your home and you are fighting with your spouse or the kids or the family members. So this is what how the personal agility mindset coming into the picture. How you can relate these things. How you can balance these things. The agile mindset helps you to uh, evolve your personal agility skills, to reevaluate and excite yourself, to move towards what actually adds value to you. It doesn't make any sense if you are doing anything because you something is assigning to you and you are doing all that things, but you are not happy from your soul. So in agile, the ultimate goal, as if I take you to the agile concept in software application development or anything, ultimate goal is what? The ultimate goal is to produce the increment with optimized value. And whatever is the new feature that you are adding to that particular increment, that should add some value to that increment. That is the first and primary motive that the product owner do whenever product owner comes into the picture and asks for the any release or asks for any feature development. Personal agility is safe. It tells you to add some value to your soul. Your soul is the increment. Your inner happiness is your product. Whenever you are doing anything, or whenever you are developing anything, or whenever you are releasing any of the new feature, or you are doing any new functionality, that functionality should add a value to your inner soul happiness. Cool. So again, I would like to ask one more question from your side. Are you satisfied with whatever is your routine work? Just think about. I have given some options, and again, we will be having the same menti.com the quiz, and there you can poll it. And I have some questions, I have some options like yes, completely, yes, whatever I am doing on daily basis, I'm completely satisfied. Second is mostly like yes, maximum most of the time I am satisfied, but yes, sometimes it's here and there. So, but that is okay. I am almost satisfied. No, but I cannot change it because I have some kind of restrictions around me. I have created my own boundaries. I cannot make any changes because I afraid that, or I cannot change that, or because of any reasons. But I cannot change that. But even that I am not satisfied, but I have to do that of the thing. Other option is no, but how can I change it? I know that doing an application development or mobile application development is not cup of my tea, but and I am passionate about something else, but I'm not sure how can I do that. I'm not getting any ray of hope. So that is the part that no, but how I can change it, that I am not aware. And the last thing, I do whatever I supposed to do and I don't want to think about that, if I whether I am satisfied or not. I am going in the morning. I wake up. I go to office. I am completing my work. I am getting appreciated from office. In the evening, I am coming home. I am watching TV, news channels, or some serials. I am taking my dinner, going bed, and in the morning, I used to wake up and go to office. And the routine is going on, and I am very satisfied. And this is what I am supposed to do. There is no hobby. There is no any kind of extra thing that I am supposed to do. So these are the options. So can I quickly have the polls from you guys? Just think for a second for yourself. We always, whenever any requirements come into our application or something, so we think about n number of times. But just think for yourself. Just think. Okay. Okay. So there are people, a lot of people don't know how to change it. So this session will surely help in the for you, and I will be happy to connect in the later half of the life or somewhere after 1 or 2 months. And I would like to understand if this session really helped you or not. Cool. So I will be ending in the 10th more seconds. So it's more or less but obvious thing. Uh, Whenever I talk about the personal agility in any of the sessions, I usually get these responses multiple times that no, but how can I change it? And no, but I can't change it because we don't get many, most of the time, we don't get time to think about ourselves. It's very tough for us in the daily life when we are working for an organization or we are working in a business or somewhere professionally and then giving time to your personal life or your family. You don't get the time for yourself. I used to wake up in the morning. I used to go office. I used to come by 6 or 7. I take my kid to some gymnastic classes, or the some sports classes. I came back. I come back. Come when I come back, dinner is ready. I used to take the dinner. I had 5 to 10 minutes chit chat with my spouse, and then I go to bed. When did I thought about myself? Where is me? Nowhere. It doesn't mean that I am not doing anything that really matters to me. I am doing everything that matters to me. The office work really matters to me. The family that really matters to me. But there are something, there is some gray spot there, which really matters for me. But I am not able to think about that. Or whenever I am thinking about that, I am thinking like I want to do that, but I cannot do that. How can I do that? So going in this journey, we will be spending some time at a station where we will be doing some kind of exercise, or we will be having a discussion where you will be evaluating yourself, like how you can do that. I am sure by the end of this session, these things will be resolved. Now, the biggest question, whatever you are doing, does that really matters? Is that really matters to you? Whatever you are doing. Now, the reason why I ask these questions to you. I ask this question to you all to evaluate, to evolve your mindset. That if you are aware about what really matters to you or not, if you are doing the right things that you are supposed to do or not, if you are happy, or if you are nourishing your inner soul or not. Now, sometimes it happens like we think like I am satisfied with my work because I am getting most of the reward and the recognition and the celebration that I am doing. But that doesn't mean that it really makes you happy. Okay, now uh, the the question was to think about yourself so that you think about your activities and celebrate your activities. The biggest motivation is reward recognition and celebration. But if you don't think about your activities, you will never know what you are doing. And if you will not be aware about what you are doing, how can you share? How can you celebrate that? Okay. Now again, I am talking about why. Why we are talking about this thing. The reason of doing thing is to analyze and question yourself that what I am doing, what if I am celebrating or not, and what is that intermittent or impediment, or what is that which is stopping me. This is as similar as the DSM or the daily daily stand up, we usually have to have an our application development process. What we had done yesterday, what we are doing today, and what is the impediment that is stopping me, and I am not able to do. The most important thing is to understand what I am doing, when what I am progressing, and what I had done. Okay, this is the way to respect yourself. No, so now I am talking about how the satisfaction is really different from the what really matters to me. I am a IT professional. I have a good reputation in my life, in my industry. I am doing much better. I am an outperformer in my domain. Okay, so that is why I am a satisfied person. But my passion is towards coaching. My passion is playing cricket. And if I am not getting that part now, so that makes me feel unhappy, or that makes me feel some kind of regrets. Like I'm not getting time for me, and that makes my soul unhappy. I am happy in front of all the organization whenever I used to get the rewards, and all whenever I got some kind of recognition in my organization. I got the mailers and hundred numbers of replies. Congratulations, see you deserved it and everything. This makes me satisfied. But what really makes me happy for my inner side is whenever I go to play cricket, and when I spend 3 hours in the on the stadium, that makes me happy. When I deliver a session, or whenever I deliver some coaching to any people, that makes me happy. So this is the difference between the satisfaction and what really matters. So that is what I am always saying. That talk with yourself and check what is your passion. If you had heard about the Anil Kumble or MS Dhoni, Anil Kumble was an engineer. MS Dhoni was a government employee, but they had the passion towards the cricket. They moved towards the cricket. They build up their career. That makes their life satisfied. That makes, though they are successful, but even if they were not successful, I remember the dialogue from the MS Dhoni movie. Dhoni was saying that even if I won't be successful, I will be satisfied from my inner soul. If you talk about the success story of Chayos, the two people, the Nitin Saluja and Raghav Verma, they too are IITians. IITians having the good life. They had the good settled organization, and they had their good settled job. Still, they had the passion to do some out of the box, and they started the Chayos. There is no relation of selling teacups with the engineering, but they had passion. They had done that, and that is what really matters to them. Think about yourself. Whatever you are doing, is that really matters to you or not? For me, I am a IT professional. I am successful IT professional. I gained n number of things in 10 years of career, but whenever I go to play cricket for 1 hour, that makes me happy like anything. So, Scrum team. So many of us are aware about the Scrum uh, in Agile. So I'll not take much time on this thing. In Scrum team, we have the three parts: product owner, Scrum master, and the developer. Accountability of product owner is to optimize the value, to set the priorities. Developers is to do that, and the Scrum master is to analyze that. Our body is also doing the same thing, doesn't it? If I will say like that, will you agree? Our brain is that part who is giving us the instruction, who is building up the backlog items, or the items that these things we have to do. It is giving us the instructions, or it is giving us the pictures that we have to do these kind of things. Our body parts, hand, legs, or any of the body parts that are performing all whatever the operations that we have to deliver. And our heart is the scrum master that helps us to analyze whatever I am doing, is that really matters, is that adding value. Here in scrum, Scrum Master and the product owner, they are more focused towards the product. In personal agility, the Scrum Master and the product owner or the heart system and the brain systems, they are working collaboratively to nourish your inner soul happiness. And that is what really matters for a person. If you are happy from your inner soul, you will be motivated, you will be performing like anything. So this is the picture that everyone is much aware about. So I am taking an example from my personal life, how I taken this particular Scrum process in my life. So uh, when second wave of COVID hit India, there was a drastic demolish of hospitality and medical system in India. So I all the day whenever I sit in any conference or any of the I see any news channel, or whenever we have the discussion in offices as well, we I usually used to see that there are and the mortality rate is going higher and higher. Cool. So I thought, like, how can I do that? Can I do anything? Can I help people? So first question was, how can I do that? And then I started creating priorities. What really matters? What really matters? Why I am doing that kind of, why I am evolving that kind of mind to help people? Why? The only thing is, every life matters. We have to save lives. And if we can do that, it will be great. It will make our life happy. It will, whenever you will getting the blessings from the people, it will always make you satisfied. So for that, I had created some kind of priorities. Like, what is the problems that the people are not getting? They are not getting the hospitalization. They are not getting the medical facilities. They are not able to connect with the correct doctors or the correct hospitals. There are a number of problems. There are the problems in the hospitalization. Number of beds are very less. So what really matters is the life. And how can I do that? The priorities I had added. What is important and urgent? Now, I had a number of items with me. First was, people are not getting medical supplies. Second was, people are not getting the hospitalization. Third was, people are not getting the food grains. Fourth was, people have lost their family or breadwinners. A number of files were there. I had to pick out what is really important and what is really urgent. So, what is the difference between important and urgent? So, important it what is that you can make any kind of, you can say, postpone. Like, suppose uh, there are two people. One person is looking to relocate from Delhi to Mumbai in the lockdown because he is away from his family, and his family is looking for his support. This is important. There is another person who is looking for an hospitalization because his oxygen rate or his oxygen value is getting decreased day by day, or not day by day, every hour. This is also important. Now I can calculate what is important, what is urgent. Important is, the person who is looking for relocation, he can be relocated tomorrow as well and day after tomorrow as well. But the person whose oxygen level is getting dipped by hours is very urgent. He must get the oxygen supply. He must get the medical facilities as soon as possible. That is very urgent. So I had to bifurcate the things in the urgent and the important part. I had bifurcated them. I picked the urgent things first and the important things again in the later half. And I had connected with many of the people to for the hospitalization and the medical facilities or the medicines. After that, on the daily basis, I used to think, or on the weekly basis, I used to think about what did I do last week and what could I do this week. This was the phase where I came to understand like how I can re-inspect myself. So there were multiple things like whenever I was doing the help of the people, I got to understand like if I am doing the help of I am doing the plasma or the blood for the people and I am not getting that. But whenever I am doing any help for the people to get recovered from the COVID, I can directly reach out to them and request them that please in the return of this help, I would request you to please donate your plasma as you are recovered, so that we can help other people to understand. We can help other people to save their lives. So this is what I had got to understand. Like this last week, I had helped this many people for the for COVID recovery, and I have got this many people whom I can connect directly uh, for this plasma donation and or the blood donation. In the similar way, I can reach out to people for the other helps as well. You people may be may you people if you will be doing this, and I was also amazed when I was doing this. Sometimes it happens even we don't know about our capabilities, that I am able to do that from this kind of exercise. From this exercise, I came to know I have a very good social network around me, from the cricket, from the speaking part, or whatever wherever the conferences that I am attending or taking. From there, I am having a very good team who are involved in social activities and they help me a lot. So, if you think about yourself as well, like whatever I had done last week, came to know that yes, I am super in that. In the COVID, when I am moving out of the box, out of the track from this story, in the COVID, I started cooking, and my family and my kid is liking that. My kid every time comes to me, Papa, aaj, what you will be preparing for me today in the evening snacks. Slowly, I groomed, and now I am a good chef. I love enjoying cooking. So this is the passion that is developed, and I was not aware about that. But yes, that developed when I thought about what I was doing last week. So this way you can evaluate yourself and you can develop your passions again, and you will be happy. Okay, coming back on the my uh, COVID story. So these are the things, and now the retrospective part. What can I expect to get it done? So, what was my expectation? The expectation was only to save lives. Save lives in any way. Saving life is not only to those people who are suffering from the COVID, but to those people as well who lost their breadwinners. There were people who, in which the family, whole family, almost of whole families, was died because of COVID, but one or two people are survived. They need some kind of shelter. Old age homes required some kind. Old people required some kind of old age home adoption. Pets required some adoption. So we were doing these kind of things as well. So this is what I expect to get it done means, like my primary goal was to save lives, and what can I expect to get it done is what can I put my efforts to save that life more. Now coming on to the who can help. It's not about who can help. It's all about how. Who can help doesn't mean that a person only. Who can help is anything. Like suppose I just as I was doing over there, I got the help of my friends and family. I got my inner sense as well. Like yes, I can create a camp in Gurgaon, and we have opened the 20 oxygen bed shelter free of cost for people. We had organized the vaccination camps as well with the help of our team. So these were the initiatives that we had taken. So who can help is not only the people, it's all about what factors that can help you. If I'm a good cook and I wanted to evolve myself as a good cook, who can help me? YouTube can help me. Instagram can help me. Any blog that is related with the recipe can help me. The books from the great chefs or the Master Chef India or the Master Chef serials that can help me. So think about them. Who can help you? It's not about I need the help from the person that yeah I want to do this and can you help me? No, it's not like that. What are the factors that you can evolve? What are the factors that you can add up to help yourself? Okay. So here is a glimpse of my campaign that when I started my Facebook page from the as COVID help desk against COVID, and from this Facebook page I was helping many people to provide the oxygen cylinders, medical facilities, and other things. This was my WhatsApp group. The Humanity First is my one of my team where I was working with, and this is my WhatsApp group team, the team V. We got so many blessings from the people. I was featured as a TCS in TCS newsletter. I was featured as a COVID warrior, but my ultimate goal was to help people to save lives, and that was what really matters for me. And I was very satisfied with that. Cool. So while we are talking about what really matters, so we got to understand, like, yes, we might be thinking we have to do whatever is my things. And from the poll, we got some kind of responses like, no, I'm not satisfied, but I don't really know how to change it. So for that, you have to create a priority map. In the priority map, you have to create 5 segments. First is what really matters. That is what actually matters to you. What actually matters, like uh, as I told you, that what will nourish you, what will make you satisfied, what is important, what is urgent, done this week and completed. Now suppose I am taking example of myself and I am creating a priority map. I am adding what really matters for me is family, then organization, friends get together. I am missing my friends, my school friends, my college friends. It's long time that I have met with them. Learning and certifications, that is always important, because if I'll not be learning and doing the certification, I may not be able to grow. Health fitness, yes, because in COVID I am gaining fat again and again. Tour and trip, uh, people are getting exhausted or people are getting bored at home for logged for more than 1.5 hours. But wait, what I'm doing is that right thing that I'm doing. I'm just creating a pile. This really matters me to me. This really matters to me. This really matters to me. And if I will be creating this list of items that yes, this is also matters to me. This also matters to me. This also matters to me. This also matters to me. In the end, I will be ending like nothing is matters. Nothing really matters to me. Whatever is going on, let it be, because I cannot do that. So it's not it's very important that whenever you are picking the item that you are that really matters to you, that should be very minimal. If you are planning, if you are failing in plan, that simply means that you are planning to fail. So clip it out some of the items that really that really matters. I'm not saying that it is not really matters, but it is important, but it is not urgent. You can make it, you can keep it in the backlog and choose 1 or 2 items or 3 items that really matters. So I am taking my family and my organization with what really matters to me right now. Now I am taking what is important: spending dinner time with family, play with kids, getting a new car for my family. This is the family matters. What is important? The prioritization work in organization. RFP completion. RFP completion is the new requirements completion and the innovation. Innovation is always the important part whenever you are working in an organization. So I am taking just an example. Like in organization, these three things are important for me. So I will be doing on that. What really urgent? Bill payments. So now, now you will be able to understand what I was talking about, important and urgent. So important is getting a new car or going on a dinner with the family. That I can do. I can do tomorrow as well. I can buy a new car in 1 month, after 1 month as well. That is always okay. But what if I'll not pay my electricity bill by tomorrow and it's a deadline for tomorrow? Electricity people will come to my home and they will cut my electricity, and then I will be beaten by my spouse. So this is the thing. We have to think what is really important and what is really urgent. Vaccination. Yes, that is also important. Important or urgent? Yes, that is very urgent. Getting vaccination in this situation is the first and primary urgent part that everyone has to do. So this is very urgent part for organization. The time-based feature, like if I am doing anything that will be handling the COVID situation, and I am not able to release that feature during the COVID time, and I will be releasing in 2023. Does it make any sense? No. That is urgent to deliver it right away. So this is the things that we will be doing. And what is the completion? The renovation, house renovation was completed. Before the rainy season, my house, my roofs were dripping. So before the rainy season, I had completed that house renovation. Resources onboarding, that I am taking about as an example in my organization. Like I am, the resources onboarding was the important part, and that I had completed. So one point, if you see over here, I have used the color coding as well. This is the way that if you use the color coding with a similar kind of way, you will be able to understand, okay, the green stickies are for the family and the red stickies for the, or the pink stickies for the uh, organization. So I'm not sure. Sorry for coloring. It is it pink or red. That's a debatable topic again. But whatever the color, pink or red, that is for organization. The same color of the stickies I have used. So this is the picturization. Priority map is just to picturize your views. What is done this week? Whatever I have done this week, this part I have left blank. This is intentional. This is because this is the part where most of us are failing. We don't think what I had done last week or this week. And if we are not doing this, this priority map doesn't make any sense. If you will be analyzing what you have done this week, this will make you to analyze where you are. What is your progress? Whatever you are doing, if you are doing the right things at the right time or not. This will make you to celebrate. Like, suppose you have got the new car, you have bought the new car. And if you will think about, yes, I have got the new car this week and I have not celebrated it, you will take your family with yourself and go and party for the new car. This is the thing. Suppose you had planned for a dinner with the family, but you forget because of organization pressure or the office works, and you have not thought about that I have not done. And this way you have passed 2 weeks. Can you imagine what your spouse will do with you? So guys, be safe. For your safety only, I am talking. Just think twice what you have done this week. This will remind you that you were supposed to do these kind of things, but either you have done this or not. This will make you the to feel to give you the opportunities to celebrate, to joy with your family, with your friends, or whatever, wherever you are looking for. Coming on to the fear factor, we we have the we as a human being always have the fear factor. So I'll be taking few of the examples, and I would like to please read it out once for you and think if you had ever thought this statement in your life, is it really related to you? I have a lot of things to do. I'll plan to do this thing from tomorrow. So it happened with me many times. One of my office colleague, he was around of 150 kg. Now he is around of 72 or 73 kg. He reduced his half of the weight in 7 to 8 years. He always tells me like, Rishi, when you will be starting your gym? I usually tell him, yeah, because I have so many things right now. I have my office work, I have my family work. But yes, I have to start my gym and I will be starting from tomorrow. And for me, that tomorrow never comes. And this must have happened with you all as well. Get rid of these factors. Plan plan accordingly. I need to do this, but what if I will be fail? I will feel embarrassment. That happens. Embarrassment is not only people are fearing to face people, but also face myself. It's like many of us are having the fear factor of or the phobia of stage phobia. Like we I know if someone is coming to me, Rishi, if I would say like, uh, hey, can you be the speaker for my next session? No, I cannot, yeah, I cannot do that. I have this stage phobia. I cannot face so many people and I cannot talk in front of them. Why? No, but if I will be doing anything wrong or if my statement getting wrong, I'll be embarrassed. Sometimes I usually say like when people I used to say some people like, can you cook something for yourself? No, yeah, but what if that cook will not be good? So I'll be kept hungry for myself. So get rid of these kind of things. As soon as I start, there is some interruptions, stops me in between. This happened with me with everyone. I can assure every time. As soon as I start, like I am going for play cricket, my father calls me, Rishi, don't go anywhere. I am coming home and we will be going to market. I'm like, what is this? So it happens many times. It happens. I will do this first, then let the things get completed. So it's like okay, I have to do some certification. I have to do PSPO second certification, but I will be doing that once these particular things will be completed. Now, once this particular things will be completed, the other things will come up, and I will say, once this will be completed, I will be doing PSQ2. So this happened with everyone, I think. I can't say no. That is why I am over occupied. So it's also like whenever anything comes to me, I say, yes, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Everything is important, tough to decide which needs to be done first. That is what I was talking about in the priority map. This item of action is taking longer than planned or expected. This is like whenever I thought like this particular time, this particular thing I will be completing in 2 days, but it is taking 10 days, and the next item I am not able to do. So this is the fear factors that if you guys can relate with yourself and get rid of things, you will be if you will be adopting the personal agility in your life, you will be get rid of this particular fear factors. Be the change what you want to see. Like if you don't change yourself, you cannot see the changes in others, and you cannot impose the changes to others. I am taking an example. Like when I was in 2015 or 16, whenever I used to go to my managers and I asked for the work from home, they used to scream like, no, 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 Rishi, I cannot give you the work from home. Who will manage the office works? What I will be telling to the client that Rishi is working from home? No, this is not a good thing. And even when I became a manager, and when my peers comes to me, and they ask me, Rishi, can I do work from home? No, I said no. Work from is not a good culture. We have to work from office. If you want anything to work for your personal life, take a leave, go and do that. I'm happy. But when lockdown came, everything came, we adopted the work from home. We we manipulated everything. We manipulated our policies, and the things are going anything like the IT companies and the other companies are growing anything like that. If you check the share prices of the IT companies, it is growing like anything in the last one year. How? Because we have adopted the change. And when you adopt change yourself, these small acts, when multiplied by millions of people, that transforms the world. And when you change yourself, you you set an example for your team, and that team builds the transformation in your project. Not talking about the bingo board. What is bingo board? Bingo board is like this kind of chessboard or the checkboard. We all have played the bingo games. Take a note of small items. This should be the item that you can do anytime.
Hi, Rishi.
And
Sorry.
when yeah, I am checking the time. I am checking the time. Just I am wrapping in 2 minutes.
Cool. Just wanted to give you a reminder. Thank you.
Yeah. So uh, I have whatever you are doing done. Just celebrate because of that and make it done. This is again that you are relating. You are thinking about yourself. You will be giving time to yourself, like whatever you are doing. The Steve Jobs says that you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So whatever you have done, make it done and celebrate for that. That will make you happy. That will encourage you. That will motivate you to add more action items and that to add value in yourself. So values, whatever the values in Scrum is courage, focus, commitment, respect, and openness. In personal agility, we have the courage to experiment, work in tandem, the small steps to be taken, and the focus should be there. The small steps to be taken for whatever the commitment was there. The helping hands should be there to respect and in the all the individuals that are all over yourself, listening and feedback that whatever the feedback that you are getting or that you are giving should be constructive and taken in a positive way. So I am ending with my bio over here. So I am having 10 plus of years experience. Professionally, I am mobile apps architect, scrum master, product owner. I am involved in digital transformation for mobile apps. What really matters to me is agile and technical coaching, cricket playing, and mental health awareness talks. You can drop an email to me, richorostia.rishi@ymail.com, and then the LinkedIn, my page is available. So I would like to thank you all and pleased to use that success today requires the agility to constantly rethink what I am doing, what I had done, and what I can do. Reinvent, reinvigorate to use yourself, react, and reinvent yourself. Whenever you think whatever you had done now, you will you will be evolving with multiple of the mindsets. So I will be happy to connect with you all over my LinkedIn channel or over my LinkedIn profile, and I would be happy to see if I this session has helped you all or not. Especially for all those people who were saying that yes, they want to make the changes, but they are not able to understand how they can do. Cool. So I am done. Over to you, Navina.
Thank you so much, Rishi. That was an informative session. I hope all our participants had were able to connect it to the real-time situation. Thank you so much once again on behalf of Agile Network India.